Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. We have Blackrock going all in. Now we have traditional finance firms going all in on crypto. We have Blackrock in discussion with major cryptocurrency exchanges. We also have BNY Mellon getting involved in the cryptocurrency space. They are now a custodian for cryptocurrencies. Now this is really turning here. We're starting to see a lot of bullish momentum in the cryptocurrency markets, and so I'm going to be explaining why that is, and I'm also going to be sharing some of my top altcoin picks. Now if you find this information to be helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let's take a look at the overall market. We have Bitcoin currently trading just under $69,000, and so that has been holding up very well over the last couple of days. We have Ethereum here with a big move today, up about 2.5%, trading above $2,700 right now, up 10% over the last 7 days. We have Bitcoin up 9.43%. And we can see some other cryptocurrencies here as well. We have Solana up 11%, so we're starting to see a lot of bullish momentum around the cryptocurrency market. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here for Bitcoin. We can see we're currently trading at about $68,700, and we can see that we have been forming a bullish cup and handle pattern here since the high back in November of 2021. And so this is typically a very bullish pattern, as we can see here from Investopedia. We can see the cup and handle pattern here that we are forming. Usually if we break to the upside here, this is typically very bullish. And so that is happening right now. We're at about $68,700. Now if it continues to hold above this, we will be heading higher with Bitcoin and many different cryptocurrencies. And so if you're bullish on the cryptocurrency markets, you can check out the link underneath the video to Margex here, which allows you to leverage trade many different cryptocurrencies. And so you can use different cryptocurrencies as collateral, which is very cool. That is different than many different platforms. And so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the information here on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets. And so we can see year one here is massive for the Bitcoin ETFs. We can see the amount of inflows we've already had reaching over $20 billion, and this is still year one. Now this is a comparison here between gold and Bitcoin, and so can see that we are seeing a lot of adoption for Bitcoin. And so let's go ahead and take a look at another chart here, very simple, supply and demand. We can see that since the ETFs have launched, there's been a purchase of about 314,000 Bitcoin. However, since it has launched, there's only been 166,000 Bitcoin mined, and that is only going to continue to decrease. And so we're going to start seeing a supply and demand shock for Bitcoin, which will continue to drive the price up. And so let's go ahead and talk about Blackrock here. Now Blackrock is eyeing BUIDL for derivatives, collateral, and crypto exchanges. And so this is massive news here for Blackrock. They are wanting to integrate their Blackrock USD token with the trading systems of major exchanges such as Binance and OKX. And so the move would expand their BUIDL use as collateral, widening the competition with stablecoins that are largely used as collateral for crypto derivatives trading, such as Tether USDT. And so the data here reveals that the derivatives accounted for about 70% of the total crypto trading volume in September. And so BlackRock wants a piece of the pie, right? They want to get into the derivatives market. They want to use their token as collateral for futures trading. And so I think this is very bullish for the cryptocurrency markets as BlackRock continues to be more and more interested in the cryptocurrency markets, right? They are very bullish on real world assets and tokenization of assets. And so that's something else I'm going to be talking about in this video as well. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this news, right? We have BNY Mellon, digital asset custody platform goes live in the US. And so we are seeing more and more banks of the traditional finance space moving into cryptocurrencies. And so again, I think this is very bullish, right? We already can see that Coinbase obviously is the custodian for the ETFs for BlackRock. However, we have traditional finance firms moving into the custodian space for cryptocurrency. And so this is definitely something that's very bullish for the cryptocurrency markets. However, before I go into different altcoins that I am very bullish on, I want to take a look at the overall market here. I want to do a quick explanation of what I see. And so we can see here the different halvings. Back in 2016, we have a halving here back in 2020, and then we had the halving here in about February of 2024. And so we can see before each halving here, in the light blue, we can see that we had a run up in the cryptocurrency markets, right? We can see a run up again, we can see a run up here in 2024, and then we had a pullback down to the support line, right? We can see it, the orange areas. And then we did consolidate for a little bit during those times. And then we did start seeing a bigger move up, and that is where we are at in the cryptocurrency markets. This is where I think we are, and I have been doing my research and accumulating heavily. I think this is the best time right now before we start seeing a massive move up. And so we can see back in 2017, we had a huge move up in the cryptocurrency market. We can see we had a massive move up here as well after this peak, right? A lot of people maybe thought this was the top, we pull back, and so right now we are sitting at that support level, right? And so we're looking at a higher high here after the halving. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some altcoins here. We can take a look at Ondo Finance, currently trading at about 81 cents, and they have been working very closely with Blackrock. Now if we go ahead and take a look at the Blackrock fund here, we can see that Blackrock, the BUIDL fund, which is looking at using collateral for those major exchanges, is working very closely with Ondo Finance, right? They have been making transactions back and forth. Now Ondo Finance is using the BUIDL fund to convert some of their money over to tokenized assets, right, using their OUSG token. And so in addition to that, we also have Maple Finance here, also focusing on the real world asset space, right? Ondo Finance is focusing on real world assets. Larry Fink is very bullish on real world assets. And so Maple Finance here is one that I personally believe is undervalued at $18.22 with a market cap of only $142 million. And so there's a ton of room for growth here. One thing to keep in mind with this token here is that they are going to be converting over to Syrup here in the next month. And so that's something that's going to be happening on November 13th here. Syrup token is going to be changing over from Maple. And so you will be getting 100 Syrup tokens for every one Maple that you currently hold. And so it's definitely something to keep in mind here. If we take a look at the total volume locked, this is just continuing to grow, right? This is massive growth here for Maple. Right, I mean, since April here, we can see that their total was around 92 million. Now we are pushing about $500 million. That's over a 5x growth here since April. And so in the last 6 months, we are seeing massive growth for Maple Finance. However, the price is really not appreciating. If we take a look at the bigger picture here, we can see this has been consistently trading about between $15 and $20 since December of last year. And so the next cryptocurrency I want to talk about here is Telcoin. Now I've been a fan for a very long time. And so we can see here this had a massive pump up back in 2021, right? This is when they were voting on the LB 649 bill for Telcoin to become the first digital asset bank in the US. And so they have been continuing working towards that goal. And so we do have a huge event coming up here in December that could allow for Telcoin to become the first digital asset bank. And so this was them voting on it, right? Discussing the topic. And we could start seeing implementation here in Q1 of 2025. And so this is definitely something to be paying attention to. You can see we are down significantly from that peak. However, this could be a great opportunity for Telcoin. And so as I mentioned, the state of Nebraska here is focusing on Telcoin becoming the first digital asset bank. And so Telcoin bank decision is scheduled for December 5th, 2024. And so they have 90 days from that date to decide if it has been approved or denied. And so this is definitely something to be paying attention to here. If this is approved, I expect the price of Telcoin to go up significantly. This is a great opportunity for Telcoin if you're interested in the financial sector of cryptocurrencies. And so the next cryptocurrency I want to talk about here is Aerodrome Finance. This provides the liquidity for Base Chain. Now this is Coinbase's chain. Right? They're continuing to have this grow and grow. It is getting much larger and it's going to gain a lot of traction. I believe this is going to be a top gainer during the peak of the bull run here. Currently at $1.28, Aerodrome Finance here has a lot of room for growth, especially with Coinbase pushing their Base Chain moving forward. I believe they have been building. And once the bull market really starts taking off and we see altcoins gain a lot of attention, we're going to see Base Chain do very well. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this here. We have Coinbase Ventures that has just locked another 2 million Aero tokens worth about $2.76 million. Their total VE Aero position has now crossed $10 million, right? One of the largest exchanges out there is locking Aero tokens. Now that is very bullish, right? They are buying it from the open market and then they are locking them up. Now this is extremely bullish for Aero moving forward. I think this will do extremely well, especially with the backing of Coinbase Ventures, right? Coinbase Ventures is buying the Aerodrome token. And so I definitely believe that there's a lot of upside for Aerodrome. We're seeing a lot of upside potential here for Telcoin, especially with the voting coming up on December 5th. And then we can see a lot of upside for Maple Finance here and Ondo Finance, especially since they are in the real world asset space. Ondo Finance here is already working very closely with Blackrock as well. Now, if you enjoyed this content and found the information to be helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos, and I hope to see you on the next one.